Hi everyone, it's Lisa and welcome to Make It Monday. Today is another series in techniques and I'm going to teach you how to do this. And it's called Faux Copic, because I can teach you a way to use your existing markers and cardstock to get the same effect. Let's get started. The first thing I'm doing is I'm grabbing a small piece of scrap of, this is Calypso Coral cardstock. And I'm going to be using a Whisper White craft ink pad, an embossing buddy, and the Fabulous Florets stamp set. And from this set, I'm going to go ahead and pull out this larger open flower image. This technique does work better on an open image that you can do some coloring. I am going to start by rubbing my embossing buddy over my cardstock. The powder inside this bag is anti-static, which will eventually tell the embossing powder not to stick where there is an ink. In case you ever have those white flakes around your embossing, this is the trick. If you get one of these, you're set. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up my flower in the white craft ink, and I'm going to press it here on my cardstock. And then I'm going to walk over and pour some embossing powder on this and heat set it. So here I go. I have one I've already done. And now I'm going to go ahead and take out my Calypso Coral marker. When you do this Faux Copic technique, you're going to need to mimic the marker to the cardstock that you're using. Using the brush end of your marker, what we're going to do is we're going to start coloring in to create areas that are going to be highlighted. So I'm going to make the center darker, and I'm going to go right over the embossing powder you're going to see. That's really not going to be a problem in a second. And then I'm going to come out here just a little bit and create some dark areas over some of the light areas. You're going to see how I'm kind of using my marker just randomly. I'm not being really precise with it. Okay, so you can see how we've got some light and some dark areas here. Okay, the center where we have put the marker over the embossing, all you're going to need is a small piece of white paper towel or a tissue and just rub that off just to kind of get the excess ink off the embossing area, which will leave you with this image. Then you can go ahead and cut it out and mount it. On this card, I used the stamp set Secret Garden, and the words are from a new stamp set called Really Good Greetings. This is that new, beautiful, smoky slate ink pad. It's gorgeous. I've used a 3.5-inch circle Big's die, the chevron embossing folder, and the Secret Garden framelits to cut these pieces out. I'm going to hold it up a little closer, and hopefully you're going to be able to see how the Faux Copic marker looks, where I have filled in some areas just to get some lighter and darker spots. I've used dazzling details here to kind of fill in the center and to let it dry. Up on dimensionals, here's another card I made. This one uses the same stamp set, Fabulous Florets, to my sample. And this one, of course, is in Calypso, and this one is in Wisteria Wonder. I've used the new Pear Pizzazz ink pad for the stem as well as the words, which are using that new great label punch. A little bit of our white organdy ribbon, and I don't know if you're going to notice it or not, these are the rhinestones, and all I did was take a Sharpie marker to them and I colored them before I placed them on here. So there you have it. Another easy technique that you can do, and it's called Faux Copic. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming techniques in my series, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for Make It Monday.